Hi students, I wanted to check in with you because we've just completed a first milestone in this summer semester. So good thumbs up to you, right, and give yourself a good pat on the back because you've just completed the homework assignments for chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you've just finished your first exam. And those are important milestones, so good job on that, okay? Now, I sent you an email, got the printout of the email right here, want to touch base with you on it, which is that the first thing you should do is look at your Connect grades, maybe print those out, and compare those to the grades that I posted in the pause system. And just make sure that I didn't make a typo as I copied them from one system to the other. If I did, send me an email. I'll be glad to fix that. Now, remember there is a 5-day waiting period until you see the detailed scoring of your exam number 1, but I really encourage you to go back and look at that. Sometimes a question will arise, and you can certainly email me and say, you know, I don't understand why this was graded this way on exam number 1, but it is important to go back and look at what we got right and also what we got wrong so we can make changes and improve as we go forward, all right? Now also go in, remember there was Learning Project 1, and that was an Excel spreadsheet so that you could do some graphing, which is a lot about of what chapters 3 and 4 were about. So go in there, look at that. I gave you detailed feedback in terms of grading that project, so you can see that. And let's see, what else was there? Extra credit work, if you had time to focus on that, and I hope you did, because you start to see that Excel is a tool that can help you work more quickly. Also helps you to organize your numbers and your thoughts and your calculations so that you have a very structured column and row approach to organizing your data. Okay, so make sure you do that as we wrap up this first set. And you start to see now how things are graded and how the scoring goes, and that the exam really does come directly from that Connect homework. So make sure that you're working those problems, okay? Very important. Now, if you go to your schedule, remember, am I holding this the right way? Yeah. If you go to your online schedule, and I'm going to try to do this on the computer. This is my first time using this software to do this. Oh, okay. Not going to let me switch over on this one. But if you go to the schedule, we are now, believe it or not, it's hard to believe at our at basically like our 5th class meeting, or you know, we're well into the, that's not right, is it? I think I have my numbers wrong. Anyway, we're in chapter 5, so I think that's where I'm getting the 5 from. We're in chapter 5. Now remember, we're going to test immediately after this chapter, because this chapter is a little different. The first 4 chapters are really descriptive statistics, and now chapter 5 is about probability. So it's going to be just a little bit of a change, but that's okay. You can handle it because you're going to focus. As you go out there to Connect, I want you to notice that there are 3 sets of assignments. I broke them into pieces so that as you solve them, you can submit, conclude part 1, then go to part 2, and then go to part 3. Okay, so make sure that you're doing that. Let's see, you also have Learning Project number 2. What that's going to do is have you view some YouTube videos like this one, but I'm not the only instructor. This allows you to see instructors from other universities. I like to use YouTube videos from SUNY, for example. There are also a number of other instructors who post problems and solutions out there to the internet, and this will help you see how they solve those. We'll do that a lot as we continue on because it's a good resource for you, especially, you know, we have to learn things all our lives. As you transfer to a university, as you go out and onto the job, it's nice to be able to use these resources so that you get a different perspective on the material. So that's what Learning Project 2 is all about. Again, go to the Dropbox, click the assignment, Learning Project 2, and you can read the instructions and what you have to submit. Now, Chapter 5 also comes with an extra credit assignment. Remember, that will involve the use of Excel, and so again, it's going to give you an opportunity to see how this is a tool that will help you with, in this case, probability, because this is a probability and statistics course. All right, so I did just want to touch base with you and tell you don't dawdle. delay any time because we have a shorter time period on this. We're slating our next exam. Everything is due the end of June, Thursday, June 30th, and that is just, you know, tomorrow, the way I see this. And then we'll have our next exam that weekend of July 1st. Now remember, that's kind of a holiday weekend, but I'm not asking for the whole weekend. You have just a, you know, the same, I believe it's a 90-minute test. I need to go look that up just to make sure. But, you know, we're only asking for basically a typical class meeting time so that you can take the test. So plan that into your schedule. Put it on your calendar, the big family calendar that hangs on the refrigerator, so that everybody knows you're going to need some quiet time for testing. You're going to need a reliable computer. But again, if you're doing the homework, this is going to be very straightforward for you because the homework is preparing you for the exam. So you've done good. You know, that first part is always a little stressful until you figure out how the course works. You're in there, you're doing it, and just keep going forward. Several of you emailed me with questions, and just remember, send me the detailed question, you know, if it's from Connect or something. Tell me what your calculations are so that I can look at them, see if we can find the error there, and I'll be glad to point you in the right direction. Of course, sometimes, and I love these emails, I get an email and they say, I don't understand, and then about 5 minutes later there's another email that says, never mind, I figured it out, because I do understand that sometimes we just need to push back from it. So again, budget your time so that you do have time to push back from it just a little bit to give yourself a break and then re-attack. All right? Keep up the good work. I appreciate all your effort.